Hello guys, today I'm going to discuss about the Hystrix, which is internally using the circuit breaker design pattern in the Spring Boot. Now, this is the day of microservice. There is a several n number of microservice, right? So if one of the service are interlinked with each other, suppose any of the service is down, right? So it is going to propagate to that multiple service and you are getting, right? It is very difficult to identify that it's down for which service, right? So suppose if we have that any fallback mechanism, like if any service down, if we can give that particular fallback message instead of giving that kind of 500 error, right? 500 or any of the error code or the error stack trace, right? Now let me understand, like, what is Hystrix? Hystrix is the fault tolerance library provided by the Netflix, right? Netflix, we can use Hystrix in the Spring Boot. That we dependency, if we add it, then it will have that capability, and to use that capability, enable Hystrix and also write that fallback method in the Hystrix command. This is the just a two simple step and write that function which will give that fallback message, right? And we can stop delegation of failure from one service to another service. Now, what is Hystrix and the circuit breaker? Hystrix is internally following circuit breaker design pattern. Circuit breaker can be checked to the availability of another service. For example, database connection, web service call. Hystrix will be helpful for the distributed application. Let's see the diagram here. In the diagram, you can see uh, that microservice 1 connect with the microservice 2, microservice 2 connect with the microservice 4, microservice 4 connect with the microservice 3, 3 connected to 2. So they are internally linked each other, right? Suppose microservice 2 is connecting to database which is down. So microservice down, it's the microservice 1 will be impacted, and microservice 4 is down due to network issue, then 2 and 1 both will be impacted. Now the mechanisms to give that proper message to the user, right? This user don't know about that what class and the stack trace, right? You need to know whether this service is down for which is the fault for which location, right? One distributed application interlinked with each other. Okay, so let's see the real life example. Suppose you are using Book My Show portal to book your cinema ticket, right? It's using Paytm, say it's a payment service, and payment service may be using database and payments. After this service invocations, then you are getting email notification. So first payment or Paytm service, then email service. Suppose in between payment service is down, right? If it is everything is happy path, then there is a no issue. If anything is down, how to identify it? So Book My Show connected to the Paytm for the payment related stuff. Once payment done, then it will connect to the notification, email and SMS related stuff. Book My Show is also connected with the other service to some external service, right? As users Book My Show application, Paytm might have some database connection. So user need to know that which there is a service down, right? Instead of that error message. Now, how to do that? First, I am going to create two microservice, email and the payment microservice. Okay, so it's the simplest microservice. I have made that email is the in the port number 811 and payment as a 8282, and here in the REST controller request mapping email service and get mapping here send, and I have just email service invoked, and 8181 you see that email service invoked, and the microservice as the payment also payment is getting invoked. Okay, let me show that how it is in the I have implemented Swagger as well. Okay, let me show from here. So uh, which service is invoked here, right? uh, so here first, okay, here is the HTML you have to write. Okay, so first one is the email controller. So email controller, what you see here, I try it out. Now I see what's the message here. Email service invoked, right? It's a email service invoked. Send email service invoked, you will see email service invoked. And 8282, here you see that payment controller. Is the only one service getting exposed. And if I making it that invoke, you will see that payment service invoked. Now both the service are up and running. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to consume this two service using simple just REST template. Okay, I have not used any complexity. And here, as a form dependency, I have used Hystrix dashboard, although I have not used here. This is the Hystrix and the simple Spring Wave and the dev tool. It's every time any code change, it will automatically it will be run it. Okay, you don't have to run again and again. So what I have done here, first you have to make that class enable, that this class is enabled to support the Hystrix or the fault tolerance. And which functions. So here's the @Hystrix comment, group key and the comment key. I have given my name and the anything you can give. And the fallback method is the fallback method I have given. This is that fallback method. And first I have shown without Hystrix. Here's the simple service call and you are getting message, and with Hystrix you will get that fallback method. Okay, and here I have used that REST template bin at the REST template. That's as simple as that. And then now running that book my show, it's a happy path. So everything is up and running, so everything perfect. So you will get uh, everywhere like email service invoke, payment service invoke, so everything is up and running. Okay, let me show it from Swagger. So I have implemented the Swagger as well for everywhere. I have already covered the Swagger in other tutorial. You can check the YouTube or the GitHub as well. So here uh, this one is the without Hystrix, and this one with Hystrix. Okay, let me invoke the without history. What is getting invoked here? Let's see. It's showing email service invoked and the payment service invoked. Both are up and running. Okay. And second one, this is the with Hystrix. So here you will see email service invoke, payment service invoke. So both are up and running. You don't need anything, right? So what's the use of Hystrix, right? Suppose any service, it's a happy path scenario, no case of the Hystrix to use, right? If anything is down, it's either email or payment, in that case you have to get that fallback message or that error message that something going down, is circuit breaker, fault tolerance in the application. So if there is any network other issue, instead of terminating the program, you will give that message, right? Otherwise what happen, it will give that 500 error. So here suppose if I have made manually down the payment service Hystrix. Okay, now only email 8181 and 8080 two others one are not working. Okay, so uh, from book without Hystrix you will get that 500 error. With Hystrix you will get the proper message. Let me show it from Swagger itself. First what I have to do, I have to make that any of the service down. Say payment service, I am going to down it. Here payment service. Okay, I am going to make that down. So let's see whether it's down or not. Okay, now only book my show and email service are up and running. Okay, and if you just run that payment service, okay, let's check payment service whether it is really up and running or not. No, it's not up and running. Okay, and now check that first without Hystrix. Try it out. What you are getting? That 500 error because payment service is down. But you check with Hystrix, you will get fallback method. Okay, one of the service down. So that is the beauty of Hystrix. Okay, uh, with the Hystrix you don't get that error message use to that applications users. Okay, is the who is the consumer or book my show. So you will get that fallback message. You are prepared that something going wrong, so fallback method invoked if any service getting down. Okay, so that's the advantage for using Hystrix, which internally using circuit breaker. Okay, so it's a very useful for n number of microservice. Okay, hope you enjoy the video. uh, Please watch our video and subscribe and place the bell icon. Okay, thank you.